Welcome back to Full Circle Healing, Just the Cards. My name is Sarah C. And today I am doing a reading for Starseeds. So I'm going to open up and talk about a little bit of this before the reading. Many of us Starseeds are waking up and uniting again. Andromedans, Palladians, Lyrians, on and on and on. Ancestors of Atlanteans, the original Starseeds, the original DNA from the Anunnaki. You know who you are, and we're all coming together for a certain reason. We're here to teach what we've learned. We're here to regain the knowledge of the old ways, make a better Atlantis, if you will. New coming, however you want to call it. There's 50 million ways of labeling this. It's not preaching. It's letting people know how to survive, how to live, how to be sustainable, how to do things the way we used to do them centuries ago, millions of years ago. What did our ancestors do before the dollar, before pharmaceuticals, before material wealth? How did we heal? How did we conversate? How did we use our gifts? How did we battle together? Today, what I'm going to do in this reading, it took me a while to kind of, blend it all together, but I figured it out. With guidance from Spirit, I was led to the cards that I am supposed to read to you today. So, for all Starseeds out there, whether you've been public about it or not, and you know there's more to life than what you've been handed, or you're currently on a journey, a healing journey, a soul journey, you're very aware of it, we're all coming together, and these are the messages that we all need to hear that pertains to our future. Guides and shifts and cycles, and there's going to be a lot of crazy stuff going on in the near future. So here's little messages. And I can say for myself, the friends or soul friends that I have met up with over the last few years, and some that were in my life my whole life and I didn't know it until memories started flooding in, past lives, all that stuff. If you resonate with this card reading is for you. But the only people that I've met are from my soul family, my soul circle in the last few years. If it's not meant to be, I don't connect. A lot of the time I get a feeling, a sensation, I recognize somebody, or it feels familiar. And when you get those feelings, this is somebody from your past, your soul journey, your lives. Find out how they fit in. It's really crazy. And I was even looking into some ley lines, and the people that I have met in the last few years from this way or that are all within ley lines. It's like we're all in points. I'll dive deeper into that stuff over on my OG channel, Full Circle Healing Teas and Tarot. For the meantime, I would really like to do a card reading on past lives, starseeds, what energy we are holding, what energy we have around us, messages about starseeds uniting, what we should do, what our path is, because everybody's got a different path. Everybody's got a different skill set, and we carry those skill sets a lot through our lifetimes. So I'm also going to use my new deck over here, Herbal Astrology deck, and I think that would be great for insight and herbs that you should be looking at, either to use in magic, teas, tinctures, holistic, medicinal, herbal remedies, things like that. Whether you can ingest them or not, it's something you can look into. Some you just do with magic, do candle magic or burning incense, things like that. Disclaimer. Do note that any suggestions, herbal-wise, during my reading is not FDA approved. It's just what ancestors have been using for millions of years. And that's what I follow. And do be sure if it's something that you also follow and you want to try something new, that you look at the medications that you're taking and how they might coincide, good or bad. If you're on a holistic path and still see a regular practitioner, talk to your practitioner about it. They're going to tell you, well, it hasn't been, FDA approved, so I really don't have an opinion on it, blah, 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 blah. If you're fortunate to have the money to go see a holistic office, physician, specialist, I suggest you go do that. They're very helpful. I think that, a combination of modern medicine and traditional medicine, ancient medicine, Ayurvedic medicine, you can call it whatever you want. There's all kinds of ancient remedies that have been working for millions of years. And I think working together with the new and the old brings a nice, happy combination. But there's too much ego out there. Let's get this card reading started. I am an intuitive reader. I do the best I can. I would love to hear if any of these messages resonate with you, Starseeds, and comment below if you know the galaxy that you're from. I fought battles in Andromedan, but I am an actual Anunnaki Starseed. So, but I traveled and jumped around galaxies and parallels and timelines, and from Lyrian to the Pallades to this place and that place, I can't remember them all. That kind of thing. Fighting for the weak, fighting for the good guy, making things balanced. Okay, that's enough of that. So the first cards I am going to use, and for the life of me, I can't remember the name of the deck. If you do, tell me. I'll have to go look for my box somewhere. But this is a past life energy. They're double-sided cards. I want to pull one of these to see what we are looking at for Starseeds. What are the past life energies that we would be looking at? Okay. So this is the philanthropist or the saintly card. So we're going to put that one right there. All right, the one that's on top. My goodness, the murder card. Okay, so you have the saint. Okay, I'm trying to fit these both in here because I'm greedy. I'm just really excited to use these. So you have the saintly card and the murder card. Maybe in the past life somebody was pretending to be saintly when really behind the scenes this person was not a good person. You could also be somebody that was murdered. You could have witnessed a murder. Here you could have been a hero regarding this situation, a caretaker, philanthropist, or a martyr. Maybe you were martyring the person that got murdered. Or you were the murderer, or this might have been suicide. All right, moving on. So that's the overall past life energy of Starseeds right now. So we're trying to... I'm just going to take those. I'm trying to feel the energy, the understanding of what contracts, goings on in that time period that may have something to do with these cards. You know, we all have past life contracts and vows, struggles, pain that we hold on to for every life until we finally learn our lessons. And lots of times we think we learned our lessons, but we go back and do the same shit and the cycle repeats. So until you've learned these lessons or you've figured out what it was that you got stuck on, then you can go back and work on that and then bring that into the present. So you can work on it in your human life, your present life now. All right, so here I got the younger man, and I'm sorry, these are the tea leaf cards. Here I got the younger man. This is dealings or relationships with a younger man. So there's somebody that's younger that you've had issues with or dealings with in the past. The key, you are the key. We're opening up here. I can't talk. A successful outcome to your problems. So that's good news. As we unite and figure out what was going on in the past that we need to fix to move on together with other Starseeds, that's what that's here for. We're the key. I want to pull a few of these cards. I forget the name. I haven't used these in so long, and I'm seriously ADHD, and I don't remember things if I don't use them all the time. So these are little iridescent cards. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see them or not. Looks like someone holy. Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying the foundations of the divine plan. So basically what this card is saying is you have ancestors. And if you know the history of Jesus the way I do, he was actually preaching the word of the Starseeds, of possibly the Anunnaki, not that of what Christians say he was preaching. I mean, Jesus was made a Christian thing a very long time after Christianity was developed. You have ancestors that are laying the brick along your path. It's all a divine plan. Seeding, planting, it's spring equinox, it's the rebirth, it's new beginnings. You've laid your foundation for the most part because you're here and wouldn't be here if you didn't feel the calling. So we're all planting the seeds together. Star seeds. Let's see what else we got. Akasha, your guidance is divinely guided. If you're recognizing, then you know you're on the right path and you're being guided. Akasha, Akashic records. So you'll find ashes, oh my gosh, ashes to ashes, burning down the old, fire. If you haven't done the Akashic records, I would advise looking into that. I am just starting it myself, so I'm not totally familiar. So there's that. You're being guided all the way. I like to do things in threes. Of course, I got 4 over there, so. Starseed, what lights you up? OMG. Oh my goddess, I can't. We got the Starseed card. Do you see what this means? I had looked at this deck like 3 times and said, nah, because it's iridescent, nobody's going to see it. People are like, I can't see your cards, but Spirit loves this deck. And when I need those kind of messages, Starseed messages, this is the one I get it from. All right, so let's move along. These are the Herbal Apothecary cards. And here I'm going to set up the Cardinal Cross of the Medicine Wheel. Okay, so let's give them a shuffle. These are brand new cards. I just did a unboxing or a reveal. You can check that out. That should be in my videos. What a beautiful deck. Okay. So this card represents you, and that's the Angel Trumpet. Make sure I can fit everything. Bobinsana. It's trust. Oh, this is death, and this is the U card. This is death. So, I mean, here we go. Death of the old. This is the beginning of our new journey. And we're going to lay these cards, and this is trust. So you need to trust the journey. We are going to lay these south, west, north, east. What messages do you have for Starseeds? Okay. Cat's claw, purification. It's time, my Starseed friends. 2 more. Comfrey, completion. We're on the right path. Oh, and there we go. I barely even did anything. Haha. All right. I don't know if I can pronounce this. Mitragania? I'm going to have to look that one up. But it's shape-shifting. It's time to become who you are. What a gorgeous card. I'm going to delve into the meanings of what these cards hold and possibly draw some more if I'm feeling it. So I was just told to pull out my past life oracle deck. You also need to pull 3 of those. Orphan. Maybe some of you were an orphan or you were dealing with an orphan in your past life. Native American. Some of you may have been Native American or had some association with the Native Americans. You may have been a, oh well, I had a card mixed up in here, and just for shits and giggles, I'm going to read that one. It says, I wonder what will happen next. Ready to adventure. Precipice of change. Pause before action. Big change is coming. Big change is coming. Okay. Health. What did I just say? You might have been a medicine woman, a medicine man, a mystic. You dealt with herbs and healing. You may have been a shaman or a healer, a gypsy. You could have been a nurse in some lives, a doctor. I think, here with Starseeds, we're going way back, and this is a very important life, this era that we were living in here. Now, over here we have poison. Maybe somebody did something wrong to you thinking they were doing something right. This younger man was the orphan. There was a key that was missing in this past life. After your death, you moved on to the next lifetime. You may have been a Native American in that next lifetime. You may have been somebody who takes care of everybody. You may have been martyred by a lot of people, helped a lot of people with their health issues as a healer. Someone who dealt with herbs and the gods and goddesses and magic. Maybe this is a debt that needs to be repaid. But something went wrong here. And someone either witnessed it or was the person that experienced it. But there's guilt. And I think here as we come together, we need to trust in what our intuition is telling us, that, this is the death of the old. It's time to trust and look at the DNA, the genetics. Trust the divine, trust the universe, trust your starseed guidance, your universe, however you call it. Start that purification process to get rid of all this negative energy that you're holding on to. You're going to have a good completion here. You're going to wrap this up. I see the number 32 and I'm just going to wing it. And what came to me is 32 days from the time you watch this reading, you will have completed that shadow work, if you will. You will be able to figure out what it is that's holding you back and move forward. If you've been watching my daily pick readings, there is a lot of adventure and money and things going on. There's a lot of healing and stuff going on. So let's dive in a little bit more into these cards and get some meanings. So here with the younger man card, his face is inscrutable. This card indicates that you'll have an important dealings or a relationship with a younger man during the time frame that I've indicated, the next 32 days. From the time you see this reading, not from the time I post it. However, the symbol doesn't indicate whether the younger man is a friend or an enemy. Only you will know that by what's going on in your life. This could be a romantic relationship or a family relationship, because love is love. This could be business or something social. So be on the lookout for a younger man in the next 32 days. He might have something to do with these past lives here. All right. The key is a successful outcome to your problems. An ornate key gleams in the brilliant sun. Lucky is the person who chooses this card, as it signifies that there will be a successful outcome to the problem you are facing now. So whatever's going on, like I said, you're the key. You hold all this stuff inside you. You just haven't tapped into it yet. Or if you are tapping into it, you're going to get your answers very soon. And you're going to have a good outcome because you're a starseed. And you're going to look into the Akashic records. And you have ancestors that are starseeds just waiting in the wings to help you along, to give you divine vision or clear audience or messages and angel numbers or something you've seen on TV. But you have the key. It's inside you. And if you recall, that's what Jesus always said. It's in you. Because you're a starseed. He was talking about starseeds. All right, moving on. Okay, so the angel's trumpet, which is you, is the death card. It's Brugmansia sanguinea, I think. I don't know how to say this herb, but it's an herb of Pluto. And it's the breakdown of cathartic transformation, rising from the ashes. Oh my gosh, didn't I just say ashes to ashes? Elimination, death, shedding the old. So angels' trumpets have an intoxicating scent and flowers that resemble angelic horns aimed downward, symbolizing the call of the angels to humanity. Plants in this family and relatives like Daturus have a rich history of use among shamans and magic practitioners, even though they are poisonous. Okay, so here we go. Now we're getting somewhere. We have poison over here. Maybe somebody was accidentally murdered or it was done on purpose. Does that make sense now? It gets better. Some South American indigenous groups like Kamsa, Javaro, and Ingano, I think I'm saying it correctly, or Ingano, I'm thinking, initiate their children at a young age into the path of Curandersimo, becoming a healer by ingesting the angel's trumpet during a flower ceremony. Javaro boys who walk the shamanic path are given the medicine at the age of 6 to acquire an external vision producing soul that lets them communicate with ancestors called Arutam Wakani. Boys and their fathers go on long pilgrimages to sacred waterfalls where they engage in sacred bathing, fasting, and drinking of tobacco water. Then the angel's trumpet juice is ingested to effect contact with the supernatural, during which the Arutam Wakani appears as jaguars and anacondas and enter the boys' bodies. Curanderos healers within many traditions incorporate angel's trumpet into master plant brews like ayahuasca to enhance astral traveling and the spiritual experience. Other cultures around the world, including in Tibet, have also used these important poisonous plants within their practice. Many caution against the thoughtless use of any of these plants, which can be severely toxic and cause the kind of strong hallucinations and delirium that only experienced shamans should use for divination and healing. So your message here is that it's signaling a time of catharsis or death. A deep emotional breakdown is due or near. You may feel lost in your own emotional despair, depression, shame, or unworthiness. But no, the angels of discernment and darkness are here to support you. Coming eye to eye with the darkest feelings within yourself catalyzes the greatest awakening. Deeply pause, let go of control, and witness the pieces within yourself with loving awareness. The medicine of the bat symbolizes the need for a ritualistic death of relations, situations, or aspects of life. Bat, like angel's trumpet, signals catharsis and rebirth, signaling literal or metaphysical death of old patterns and worn-out habits. Understand that you can reconstruct at any time, regardless of how shattered you might feel. Bobinsana is trust. It's a Calliandra augustifolia. So this is self-love, heart retrieval, ultimate state of receivership, gratitude, receptivity, and compassion. So it's a highly respected master teacher that contains a plethora of medicinal benefits for the body, mind, and spirit. Native to the Amazon basin, many call the herb Serenita, or mermaid. Beautiful paintings found in the Amazon amongst shamans depict her as a goddess. A deeply creative feminine spirit who has masterful healing abilities. Serenita de los Rios assists in healing wounds of the heart, past relationships, grief, loss, sadness, abuse, melancholy. Melancholy is feeling down, depressed, sad. It's often prescribed by a curandero or healer to heal wounds from childhood. Or here. for soul retrieval or to heal a stunted soul that left fragments of itself in a painful past. And this is what we're dealing with here. Whether it's used as a single plant during specific shamanic cleanses for purification and spiritual awakening, or brewed as tea. So you can drink Bobinsana. And it assists deeply with amplifying heart energy to experience the transcendent power of love, empathy, compassion, oneness, and freedom from pain. Because we're over being in pain. So here this card was brought to us today as light. Soft light awakening the inner pathways to unconditional self-love. Bobinsana reminds us that love is the highest state of receivership, reminding us not to forget the necessary power of self-love. Bobinsana assists us in rediscovering forgotten places within ourselves, retrieving fragments of our heart, seeking healing. Ask yourself, where in heart's memory can I bring wholeness to? Bobinsana medicine is like that of whales and hummingbirds, the joyous record keepers of the sacred that assists us in assessing the reservoirs of the cosmic heart. Serenita is reminding you to pay close attention to the messages encoded in dreams, synchronicities, and symbols that surround you right now. Through those doorways, you can further explore the great mystery of your heart's desire. Like me, for example, I am seeing a hella lot of ones and twos over the last few days. It's been insane, and I've been called to do this reading. So it's an awakening. It's a rebirth. It's reaching the highest dimensions. It's reaching the highest spiritual goals. It's telling you you're on your journey. If you've been seeing a lot of twos and ones, this is angel divine. This is galactic wisdom. It's everything you can want all wrapped up in one. Greatest numbers to have. And I'm ecstatic that I've been seeing them left and right, which tells me more that I have to share this with you so that all our starseeds can find each other from whatever lives that we were together in, whether we fought in battle or we lived in, Egypt times, or sort of like the Roman era, or as natives together. I mean, however it comes about. Okay, so next up we have Cat's Claw. And Cat's Claw is purification. And this is what we're going through right now to open our heart to love and everything that is divine. You're rewriting the story, connecting to heritage, belonging, worthiness, safety, connecting to your origins, your DNA purification. There you go, my starseeds. Unicaria tomentosa is the name of this cat's claw plant. Una de gato in Spanish is cat's claw, and it's been used medicinally by Central and South American tribes for like 2,000 years. Ashaninka tribe in central Peru has the longest record history with the plant, using it to treat asthma, which I have, inflammations of the urinary tract, good for UTIs, arthritis, I have that, bone pain, I have that, recovery from childbirth, and cancer. Other Peruvian indigenous tribes, and here we go with the Native American card again, they use it to treat diabetes, hemorrhages, menstrual irregularities, fevers, viruses, tumors, internal cleansing, there's your purification, and balancing the body. Modern scientific research has confirmed its effectiveness in treating asthma, upper respiratory infections, viral infections, wounds, environmental toxicity, poisoning, and so much more. I feel like somebody did something wrong on accident. Yes, it's labeled a murder, but I think maybe whoever this is that was living this may have accidentally killed somebody and tried to heal. So it's like an antidote to whatever this poison was. Cat's Claw is ruled by the archetypal energy of Mars and its higher octave Pluto. It ignites many essential biological processes in the immune system, remedying many inflammatory diseases while rebalancing the body through purification and renewal, which is Mars and Pluto. So like Mars, it stimulates to regulate. It confronts to purify. It initiates to heal. Herbs ruled by Mars are usually hot, stimulating, and dry. So get some spice in your life, I guess. The cat's claw powerfully perfects our sacred essence, our blood, our DNA. Like the Black Panther, it is regarded as one of the mighty protectors of the sacred ways of the forest. And this, we're talking about old ways in medicine. Honestly, in our human form, we are only running on 60% of our full capacity of what we could be running on due to nourishment and what we're putting in our bodies. All the artificial preservatives, additives, fake food, nasty junk that we've all become accustomed to eating, pharmaceuticals that are just laced with nasty shit. The scientists that are getting paid millions and billions of dollars to infect billions of people with a virus that was man-made. These are the things we're talking about, and it's going to continue to keep happening. It's about control and ego, and keep yourself healthy with the right herbs. 32 days, I would get some cat's claw and start incorporating it into your diet. Also, some Bobinsana. I would not encourage eating any angel's trumpet, however. As a metaphoric herb, it makes total sense, or if you have it, you can use it in candle magic or ritual. This is going to help you clear ancestral trauma, deeply listening and assisting in healing as we rewrite our story. And that's like the Akashic records. We're rewriting our story. We're ending this cycle. We're stopping ancestral pain from going any further than the generation we are currently in. We're ending the cycle. So there's no more pain in our generations to come, and our soul can hang it up in this life and move on and do greater things. Or if we choose, like I've done, is come back time after time after time, jump dimensions, parallel time zones, and we're healers. We want to fix things. We want to make existence a better place. It was supposed to be from the beginning, before ego got in the way. So like the Black Panther, it roams through the darkness with courage and curiosity to assist us in assessing the hidden light of truth. This is a reminder to take this time to befriend the silence of the dark void. Channel the gifts that your ancestors have provided you. Know that your path is loved and supported by life. We are life. Our souls are life. Moving on, north. North Star, heading north. Everything's heading north. And this is completion. You've made it. You got a lot of different energies in here. And you have a beautiful archway along with the comfrey. So 32 days from the time you watch this reading, you will have achievement, a completion of a cycle. You'll have success, closure, and completion of a long journey. You'll feel wholeness and mending, finally. Comfrey is also known as the bone set or knitting bone. It's been cultivated for its healing properties since 400 BCE. It was used by the ancient Greeks, Romans, Celts, and many more to heal broken bones, bind wounds, and stop heavy bleeding. Symphytum comes from the Greek words symphio, which means to grow together, and phyton, which means plant. Comfrey comes from the Latin confirmare, which also means to grow together. The Greek historian Herodotus recommended comfrey to stop severe bleeding, internally and externally. Later Greeks used it to heal lung problems. Farmers value comfrey. It was grown as food for people and livestock and produced valuable fertilizer for the garden. It was also used as food during the Irish potato famine in the 1840s. Though it's recommended not to eat too much of it because of its impact on the liver. So, like I said, you always want to look into things before you just start throwing herbs down your gullet. It's like any medication. Everything has a consequence. Just because it's herbal and grows in the earth doesn't mean that it might not be poisonous or something else. I mean, where do you think the synopsis for pharmaceuticals came from in the first place? Ruled by Saturn, comfrey promotes the healing of skin and musculoskeletal systems. The roots and leaves stimulate cell proliferation and promotes bone and wound healing. Saturnian herbs are those said to relieve the body and the mind from karma, assisting with shielding, endurance, restoration, and repair. Saturn grants wisdom through challenges, and like Saturn, comfrey heals the general musculoskeletal system. There's something good to take for all the issues that I have with my spine and hips and joints. So basically, this comfrey card represents wholeness, so that you can feel whole again, not sick, not broken, strong. Along with wholeness, it is a card of completion and closure of a great cycle. The wreath symbolizes a cycle containing the energy of the past, present, and future, hovering over the clouds to note how the foundations of all cycles are grounded in mystery. Comfrey majestically grows in the center, representing the axis mundi, the sacred heart, the sacred will that pulses the great mystery. Comfrey has appeared today to signal that a great cycle is nearing completion. Stay aligned as you continue to prune and heal the garden of the self. Look closely into repeated patterns, people, or situations that keep showing up in your life. I just said this earlier. Draw upon Comfrey's power to mend and find wholeness in lessons and patterns that need closure. And this is what we're here for. We need the closure. We need to dig deep and figure out what happened. Why are we stuck here? Do we have current health issues in the present? It's maybe talking about poison as in pharmaceuticals. I've been told for a few years now that we have to live the old ways, herbal medicine, be the seed. And anything that's not organic is going to end up doing us more harm than good. And we're never going to live at our 100% capacity. And why is that? Because the powers that be don't want us there. They want us sick. They want us buying their pharmaceuticals. They want to continue to tax us and to take our money to continuously kill people with pharmaceuticals. Let's move on. I wish I knew how to say this. This is 34. I'm going to say Mitragynia. Shape-shifting. Look at all the shape-shifting. Look at all the different universes and worlds that we've come from, different galaxies. We come in and we go out. As above, so below. We are the roots. We are the seeds. We are the stars. Mitragynia speciosa. I do not know. If any of you know, please put a link with the video on how to pronounce this herb. This is your subconscious healing, synchronizing inner and outer worlds, shape-shifting time travel, transcendence of illusion. So this is ruled by Saturn and Neptune. Again, we go back to indigenous peoples of Southeast Asia. That's a big power card. That's a healer. That's a medicine man or woman in the day. You were a shaman or a very holistic spiritual person. You know, you had ambitions is what I'm getting. I'm sorry for the break. I'm getting you were ambitious to move ahead, scientifically, find cures and do better healing for people. And I really feel like that maybe part of this initiation had something to do with this young man, and maybe was killed by accident. Although, this person or the young man was you, but this person tried to, backpedal and give an antidote, which may have not been successful at the time, but could be now. With today's scientific knowledge and yesterday's organic medicinal herbs, so we can do wonders. So the indigenous people of the Southeast in Asia have valued the power of this rainforest tree for thousands of years and have used it as a poultice to treat wounds, as well as treatment for a variety of symptoms, including stress, pain, fatigue, and fever. Like cocoa leaves in South America highlands, fresh leaves from the Mitragynia tree are chewed for energy and stamina throughout the day. Mitragynia was revered amongst monks in Asia, as it assisted them during long periods of meditation by providing focused attention and positive energy. As early as the 19th century, kratom, yes, we know kratom, became well known as an opium substitute and quickly became a curative treatment for withdrawal from opium addiction. It became more popularized in the West due to Mitragynia's use in Thailand, Malaysia, and surrounding areas, helping those with morphine dependence. So it's kind of like a methadone, I guess. It does help those with dependence. Mitragynia embodies elements of both Saturn and Neptune, and as it profoundly relieves and decompresses the musculoskeletal system while granting a freeing and euphoric feeling to the body and mind. Use the right amounts, and it can greatly assist those with addiction. So when you're going through the DTs, or someone is going through the DTs, and you have the muscle tightening and the shakes, and whether it's drugs or alcohol, many of us would drink too much, and we feel it the next day. We're on vacation and we do a lot of drinking, day drinking, and then you're done with your vacation. You go home, you stop that drinking, and you get the shakes. You get the shakes about every morning when you would get up and go drinking, or afternoon or whatever, because you haven't had that yet and your body is craving it. So Mitragynia will help with those types of issues. Also, cleansing. So your guidance in regards to the Mitragynia is representing the ability to shapeshift and adapt across realities, which is what many of us have done for many, many lifetimes. Light years away, billions of years we've been doing this. So, like the dragonfly, which is shown up here, Mitragynia grants us the power to break through the illusionary facade we often accept as reality, providing us with the freedom from pain in order to break through limiting illusion. So your ego is going to say, no, this is bullshit. Your friends and family are going to say, you've lost your effing mind. People that don't understand are going to start to fall off, and they talk shit behind your back because they either A, want to be on the purifying, cleansing, spiritual level you're on and can't do it, or they're jealous of how committed you are, or they just think you're batshit crazy. In that case, these people don't matter on this particular path. They're here for a lesson. They were here to teach us things during our human life here. The dragonfly, like Mitragynia, helps us initiate subconscious healing from trauma experienced from endless cycles of pain and suffering. I have been through enough. The dragonfly medicine invites us to seek out the parts of our habits that have gone unchanged, unnoticed, and stagnant. Time to give up what no longer serves you. Right now, you need to ask yourself, have you tended to these changes that you've been wanting to make, or are you just like talking the talk and not walking the walk about the whole thing? Don't get lost in the labyrinths of self-doubt. Break free from elusive belief systems that hold you back from transformation. Any of those, I'm not sure, what are people going to think? The stereotypical, no, that's our human ego brain butting in there. This is not you as a starseed. That's kind of what I think is going on here. So I think, in this life, we're here to perfect and fix what we got wrong or trauma that happened in past lives. I think many of us were native in our past lives, and we're healers and medicine people, through the herbs or through the universe. This may very well have been a child or an orphan that was a test person or a guinea pig to a new remedy and died. This could have been an experiment. and you could have been this boy. This is definitely a person of high spirituality, a shaman, a starseed, a witch, a vulva, however you want to say it, a gypsy, anything, like a healer, a magic, medicine woman or medicine man. My phone died, which is the story of my life. But this wraps up the Starseed reading. I would love to know who this resonates with out there. Obviously, only Starseeds will understand this, but I want to know your thoughts and feelings. Does anything trigger you? Do you have a memory? Those kind of things. Have you already been on this path and also looking for other Starseeds yourself? Let me know what's going on, because they're coming to me, but now I'm putting the word out there. Hey, let's see where our ley lines actually lay between the people that we know. You have some great stuff coming up here. Remember, 32 days. You're going through the process. It's more than obvious. And it's amazing. So thank you for sitting along this very long reading. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not yet. Until next time, blessed be.